Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Today is the Lord's Day. I'm going to watch my mouth. No cussing for me. I'm going to do my best. I have no idea. I'm guessing Georgia means who will Maria choose? Well, does anybody really want her? That's the real question. Hey, Sassy. Hey, Gamecock. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Charlie D. Creator versus creator. Twisted Ginger. Hey, Julie. Nice to see you, Julie. Hey, Dreaming of Me. Hey, Habanero. What's up, cousin? Hey, Miss Liability. Let's see who else is here. Hey, Sarah motherfucking Z. Stevie Lee. Hey, Paula. And hey, mother-in-law. How you doing? Hope everyone's having a good day. If I didn't, hey, Pippi. If I didn't see you guys, hello and welcome. You guys are appreciated, and I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I'm going to try to keep it light, fun, and fresh. Hey, Lisa Wigger, how are you? But and I'm not going off topic, okay? Yesterday, y'all had me on a rabbit hole. I was a squirrel yesterday. My brain, hey, Payne, my brain was all over the place. Hey, Christoph. So I'm going to play alive, and we are keeping it to that. Um, hey, 11, how are you? We are keeping it to that, okay? Now, I've been watching. I was doing some bush watching, and hey, Mr. Bill, I have not seen Momo anywhere. Has anyone seen her? Is she under a sock account? I don't know. I know she has me blocked. I went under my one sock account, and hold on, let me finish chewing this. Hold on. Okay, I went under. Hey, Savage, I went under my one sock account and I didn't see her. I don't know if Maria, I want to apologize if my foul mouth has ever offended one. I will try to be better. Hey, and that's all we can do. Um, hey, Vault, how are you? Um, I haven't seen Maria anywhere. Is she hiding? Does she want somebody to fight for her? Is she waiting on the waters to die down a bit? Hey, Brooke, how are you? I don't know. Curious minds want to know. One thing I do want to address, hey, Cooch, I would like to address Mayday. Um, I've seen Mayday said the other day she's on this Kendra kick about who blocked you. Who got blocked? Who blocked you? Just got back. Mayday is on this kick of Kendra calling her an angry black woman. Hey, just me. How are you? And I want to say, as I was saying on Heidi's earlier, how is it that people want us to hold certain people accountable, but not the people that they like? Wrong is wrong and right is right. Do I think it was right for Kendra to call Mayday an angry black woman? No, I don't. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and chastise a grown woman when Mayday, you call me dangerous. You allow your white friends over there to call me dangerous when I am anything but dangerous. I've never gave anyone a reason to fear me in any kind of way. I never gave anyone a reason to feel like I'm going to come to your house or anything like that to do anything dangerous. And Mayday, if you really are a black woman, shame on you. Shame on you because you are fueling those stereotypes. You are fueling your hatred clearly towards black men because I don't understand how you sit in a chat with Jules, you sit in a chat with Maria, and all those nasty ladies over there who have had a lot to say about me, and even your friend Geneva, who they have done a lot to me, and I've still never matched their energy with them. So again, for you to call me dangerous, Mayday, you've doubled down on that and you've said it yourself. You have called me dangerous. I think you are an Uncle Tom. That's exactly what you are. You're an Uncle Tom. I'm going to leave it at that because this is the Lord's Day and I said I wasn't going to cuss, but I almost went off. I almost started veering off. I almost went a little crazy. And also, Mayday, let me piggyback off of some things when there are racist remarks in a live that you were in, you say nothing. When there are homophobic remarks hurled, you say nothing. So, again, it's the hypocrisy for me. And I've always said that. I will go back and read the chat. I just received a message. You two were fighting in chat. I really wasn't fighting with Mayday in chat. My thing with Mayday is stop coming in these places just to try to gaslight people. If you really want to come in regardless, and even if Mayday wants to come in here, I know she won't, but if you want to come in here, I have no issue with you coming in here. But don't come in here trying to gaslight people. Don't come in here trying to pick and poke. If people are having an issue and they're trying to work things out, stop always trying to bring things back to Jen, because I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, it's not about Jen. You get caught up in the middle of things. Just like I never had an issue with AC. I've always said I don't have an issue with AC. I didn't know what his issue was. Clearly, there was no issue on either side. You know what I mean? But instead of Mayday just trying to say, blaming it on Jen, it had nothing to do with Jen. So that's my thing with Mayday. And what is it? All I said to Mayday was doesn't like, and she went off on me. Yeah, Mayday, and see, this is what I'm saying, Mayday. If a white woman calls you an angry black, well, maybe if she, no, let me take that back. If she'd have just said you were angry, okay, I get it, because you do come in hot. Hey, Amber, how are you? Um, but you do come in hot, Mayday. You do. And I've watched you. I've watched what you done. I watched what you do, Mayday. And before, you used to type a certain way and you didn't type with cap locks. And then one day I started calling you Geneva because that's really who I thought you were. And then all of a sudden you started typing in cap locks and you started misspelling words and you said you were a black woman. But you've never misspelled words before. And those are like elementary school words that you're now misspelling. And I know you're doing it on purpose. And again, if you're doing that and you say you are a black woman, you really are setting black women back. Because I know black women who know how to spell kindergarten words, and you do that on purpose. But I see you, boo. I got you, boo. Let's see, can we key up Danger by Mystical? I know exactly, right? But we're going to move on from that. I don't care about Mayday. I don't really care about none of them over there like that. I want to get on with the B. Okay, she's losing her mind over there. She's losing her mind, and it's good. And one thing, I don't know. I didn't know Heidi was even live this morning, but I really wish she was. I wish I knew because I have so much things around the house, and I want to go to the gym and all that. I would have loved to have passed my workout with that. So I don't really know what happened between AC and the B. But if AC has woke up and he has seen the light, hey, we welcome that. Um, we welcome that. Jules is a nasty, horrible person. She is. Now, okay, we're gonna go over this live. Y'all almost had me there. I almost started going down a different rabbit hole. Y'all know I'm ADD, ADHD. Um, and listen, I've never had an issue talking to anybody. I have no problem talking to somebody like an adult. I don't do all that screaming and hollering at people. When you're yelling and hollering at people, nobody's getting anything through. Nobody can talk. Nobody's listening. And I didn't go to public school, okay? So let's get into this live, and we're not gonna go all over the place. But where where is Maria? Ah, that's the question. Who gets her? Huh? Does anybody really want her? Maria's a problem. Now, Maria will try to take over your channel. She'll try to derail everything. She really, truly is a channel killer. And if y'all don't know that, I'm I'm telling you, Maria is a channel killer. She's a channel killer. And we'll go over that one later, but let's get into this live. Listen to what he said on KK's live. Oh God, how long was her live? Y'all know I cannot do these long lives. I did tune in. I was listening to some. I'll touch base on that in a minute. Um, oh boy. And Cooch again, who wants her? Like I said yesterday, this is y'all's chance to get away from some of these nut jobs. Like, run as far as you can. He hasn't. Don't get too excited. You can tell he is loyal to the bee. Yeah, and I hope, like, Freeside on the lead. Neither Klepto or the Bug are taking Maria. She stands with me. Freeside. Well, I mean, um, hey, Dragon, how are you? Um, yeah. If you want either one of them, Freeside. Freeside, what happened to me and you? You used to tell me that. Listen to her. And it's really hard for me to take her serious when you have this music and all that queued up and all that I can't take that serious. Like, you're upset. But what I do know is, Jules, I know you put those meta glasses on a payday loan, right? Yeah, justice for Breonna Taylor. I know you have those glasses on a payday or how do you call it? Installment plan. So you might want to cancel that because I don't see you getting those paid off. With KK still in your jam.
Definitely not one. How little do it hate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello, everybody, and good afternoon. I guess there's a lot of talk out there, isn't there? Absolutely. I'm happy you decided to go live. Yeah, well, apparently I had to. Little Mr. Tonic is calling me a child sex trafficker. Isn't that fun? But anyway, let's get into this a little bit. So, I don't give a fuck. How about that? It's true. I don't. I don't give a fuck about people that like to expose people. I don't. I don't like it. I heard that the other side had a bunch of things to think about Iceman too, and felt that they're on some type of moral high ground to say that. I'm not exactly sure where any of y'all have gotten on a moral high ground to say shit. Hey,
Now, again, I don't know who Tonic is, but you are similar. You're on the path now. I don't know about the kids, but sex offender, yes. Sex trafficker, yes.
Hey, KLP. Hello, everybody. I really don't understand that. Last I heard, Jamie was also a felon, right?
Oh.
Jules has never.
Now, I didn't hear all of this, but these people weren't felons, right? A week ago, before you had a falling out with them. And from what I understand, you went at them, right? They didn't go with her first.
Never, not even once. You won't find any body cam of me getting arrested because I've never gotten arrested other than a pot charge. That's it. That's it. That's all. That is it. Hello, Crafty Cat. I did feel things went too far. So now let's rewind it a little bit to when those reports were read. I was not the one that they were given to. They were given to somebody else, and they read them. And
I don't know that I believe. Hey, Amzy, how are you? Um, I'm almost positive Jules said she had those reports a while ago. I'm almost positive she said that.
There was a particular part of that that really rubbed me a bad way, and I'm going to elaborate that on a minute.
Hey,
and then there was also a report about me. That is why I wanted the reports. It was a trigger. All of these people. So, okay, somebody said this to me today, and they compared it perfectly. Do you know, like a scammy pastor, or whatever? You know how they're pay me money, and I will get rid of the devil. That's kind of what I feel is happening. I feel like everybody is being outraged so much, and myself included. I started getting outraged because you know what? Being coerced and forced into something is something that happened to me. So what Jen did to her roommate, I connected with that a little bit. And excuse me if it triggered me just a little bit.
Oh, shame on you. Not on the Lord's Day. Jules, that never happened to you. If you're talking about the hot dog factory and you was down there with a group of guys behind the hot dog factory, that never happened. Your story keeps changing with that. Wow. Now, do I feel like okay, there's some truth to this the roommate situation and that guy? Yeah, only because it sounds too similar of the Mike and Clint situation. That's what I'm basing that off of. And that's it. And that might even be wrong. But for you to compare that to that, and not only that, Jules, you didn't feel that way before that stuff was read because don't forget, KK went over it, but you started alive afterwards and you were so hot and bothered that you was passing it around. You even said it. Hey, Laura. You even said it. You said, "Don't worry, AC, I'll get it to you." So, mm, can't relate.
And having people make monetary gain off of constantly, because I know I'm not the only one triggered. There were other people that messaged me and said they were triggered as well and they had had enough. Because at this point in the game, if you feel like Jen is bad, go have her arrested. Stop victimizing people on the internet for your own financial gain. And what my post in my community tab said today is I would never take part.
You guys, if sock accounts are coming in, just block them. I'm not going to play Geneva's game, so you guys just block them.
I would never let my name be shown in a chat that was going against somebody I was okay with, even if I was okay with that person. So let's just for circumstances, let's say Sophie got pissed at Maria, and I'm good with Sophie and Maria, and Sophie's going to do a stream on Maria, and I know it's on Maria because Maria's in the on the thumbnail. I will not go in. Not saying I don't like that person, but I won't take part in that because Carol, I happen to like the person that they happen to want to drag. That is how I roll. I wasn't judgmental towards him, but I can take his inventory and I'll do a free charge. See, I don't like that shit. Just like I didn't like the shit when it's flipped on me. You guys, we don't need to read those reports. We don't need to dissect those reports. Not one, unless you're going to go to law enforcement and actually do something.
Well, that was the plan right there, to read the reports and dissect them. That was your plan.
The only thing that you're absolutely doing is victimizing people. Now, there was a comment that didn't like the way I reacted to stuff, and I apologize for that. It is what it is. I didn't like the disrespect that I was getting. I was getting backhanded things. So what that Jules was with a scummy guy? So what this and that? So what with the Sharpies? Did you ever hear me say, so what she brought her kids with to rob someplace? You know what I mean? That never came out of my mouth. Backhanded shit constantly. You guys might not have gotten it, but I did.
Let me rewind that.
Loud and clear. It is what it is. That didn't like the way I reacted to stuff, and I apologize for that. It is what it is. I didn't like the disrespect that I was getting. I was getting backhanded things. So what that Jules was with a scummy guy? So what this and that? So what with the Sharpies? Did you ever hear me say, so what she brought her kids with to rob someplace?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Jules, that's low. That's low. Because to be honest with you, see, Jules, and this is what I'm saying with you, you have such a childlike mind. KK was defending you, and you still didn't see it because you're slow and you're so consumed with hate, you didn't understand what she was saying, and you went that low on her. You were throwing the dig at KK.
Never came out of my mouth. Backhanded shit constantly. You guys might not have gotten it, but I did. Loud and clear. It is what it is. And I don't believe in milking subscribers and trying to re-victimize them with stories of SA and whatnot in childhood, whatever. So anyway, so yeah, this evening or this afternoon.
If you guys have noticed, if you go down Jules's her tab, go down her lives, a bunch of her lives are missing, and a lot of the stuff with Jen is missing on there. Her shorts are missing. Remember that 5150 call? That's missing. Her lives are missing. But Jules, you forgot to scrub your Rumble. So I was hitting your Rumble last night, recording everything. So if Jen does decide to, in fact, pursue this legally, it's all right there for her. I have it all on a USB drive for her.
A message on my page that said from good old Tonic, who I didn't dox, if you guys remember correctly. He said, kind of hard to be on a moral high ground when you're okay with child trafficking. Where? And where was I ever okay with trafficking?
Well, you did say you brought the girl over. You all was giving her alcohol. The girl freaked out and you yelled at her and said, well, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? So, yeah, you were a madam. Own it. It's there. So, whoever Tonic is, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Fair use.
So, am I to believe that maybe that was discussed in this morning's hate stream and maybe you kind of understand why I would side eye people? Just like yesterday, I deleted my Discord. I don't need it. I don't. I really don't.
I am Daisy,
because
baby.
more info.
I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing okay, and it's nice to see you again. But you deleted that Discord, girl, because there has to be some shit up in there. And I believe you had people in that Discord that you fallen out with. You didn't want them to go back up in there and start screenshotting shit. Girl, you in danger.
And whatever, even though honestly my Discord wasn't bad. But yesterday I was sent a screenshot of Dana, who's in my Discord, over there making memes, talking about loyalty and everything. Okay. All right, bye. So I kicked her from the Discord and then she stopped.
Is she talking about HGTV Dana? Is that that's who's Dana?
I thought you were friends with AC and Shit Show. I have not said a word about AC.
You see that E11?
I've not said one word about AC. To the best of my knowledge, AC hasn't disrespected me. I don't know. I haven't heard that yet. I've heard Jamie has, I've heard Brett has, and I got a little message from Tonic. Never once was I involved with trafficking. Never once was I arrested for it.
Just me. The only Dana I can think of, yeah, you can send them, Brooke. The only one I can think of is she's talking about is HGTV Dana, something like that. That's the only one I can think of.
My ex wasn't even in trouble for trafficking children.
Well, you see what she did there? Because they weren't children, Jules. They were adults, and he was giving them drugs. Okay, yeah, I don't like that HGTV Dana. She's something else. Yeah, so you're making it out. Yeah, tell the full story. He was a trafficker. And you were too.
There was no trafficking children, otherwise Jules said. Yeah, and I'm not responsible for any of it. I didn't do a fucking thing.
Yes, you did.
And this whole little narrative that you guys have spun, you could have a ball with it. But that just shows me those are the kind of people that get too into all of that are the people I don't want to be around. I don't. Just like the people that want to dive into Jen's and start making things up. Like I was appalled and I was extremely triggered by it. And I apologize for reacting the way I did. And that's probably one of the reasons.
They didn't dive into Jen. You gave them that stuff with a silver plaqued her. I was in AC's live that day when you was sending him a bunch of stuff. And remember that blowjob video? You sent him that. And I've also seen Lindsay say, I'm the one who sent AC the video of Jen giving head on her IG. So you guys sent that. And that sounds a lot like revenge porn. Oh my God, it just keeps getting worse for you, girl. It's getting worse. The fuck?
Blew up as bad as it did now is because I am. Yeah, where's the proof of Jules being trafficking children? Where's the proof of Jules trafficking anybody?
Girls.
There isn't, because it never happened.
We got the documents.
Never. But the people that are willing to fall into a narrative because it fits their whatever, fuck you. I don't care. I really and truly don't care. And for people to sit there and start talking about loyalty when I would never, ever go into a stream that the thumbnail was going at somebody I was cool with, that really struck a chord with me like, fuck. Yeah, what the fuck, trafficking children? Where the hell that came from? I don't know. I am daring to believe that maybe some of this stuff might have been spoke about this morning. Hey, Kate, how are you? These aren't small accusations. These are big ones.
Oh, so whoever Tonic is and Jamie and the rest of the gang over there, it sounded like to me Jules is trying to insinuate calling the police. Did y'all hear that too? Listen, let me remind that. Jules, you dirty, you, mm-mm-mm.
I don't care. I really and truly don't care. And for people to sit there and start talking about loyalty when I would never, ever go into a stream that the thumbnail was going at somebody I was cool with, that really struck a chord with me like, fuck. Yeah, what the fuck, trafficking children? Where the hell that came from? I don't know. I am daring to believe that maybe some of this stuff might have been spoke about this morning. Hey, Kate, how are you? These aren't small accusations. These are big ones. Ooh. These aren't accusing somebody of saying something or whatever. These are big accusations, and they're not true. Not even close. And I really don't feel that anybody is sticking up for me, nor do I want anybody to stick up for me. Oh, yes, Hetty, a lot has. But I want to, just like 2023, I want to distance myself from this. Hey.
So Stephen C. in the chat says, oh, by the way, Jules didn't come up with Giddler. That was Jamie, I think, right? Stephen, stick to being a simp. That's what you're best at. Whoever came up with it, Jules is the reason why it was all. She's the reason why they started calling her that. And now she's walking it back? No.
Maureen. No, I'm not really feeling better. I got some stuff done that I needed to do. And I figured I might as well go live, seeing as everybody and their dog went live about me today. Why not, right? I have as much right to speak my mind as KK had as much right to go into Dudley's chat just to stir up shit, even though it was going to be hurting somebody that she was supposedly cool with, even though she knew. You know what I mean? There was never any
pause. Jules. Tina Big Booty Beagle. She was also in that chat. It wasn't just KK. Why aren't you calling Tina Beagle out for that? Not Missy, but Miss Mickey, she was talking to Deadly 5-6 days ago on her community tab. So why are you only calling KK out? And those are your mods. Tina's a mod for you. Miss Mickey is a mod for you. So are we
by her to come to me and been like, yo, I saw what they're saying.
This was yesterday, Stacy.
Read it. Was that, I hope that didn't make you feel some type of way. And I know damn well if I would have came to her with that same thing, she would have been like, well, I'm in a different community. Well, you put yourself in mine.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. You went and got KK when you was getting your ass drugged by Joe. When Cousin Joe was dragging your ass, you ran over there to get KK. Stop lying.
My lane. So it is what it is. But I don't.
KK is Jeff Bezos to Jules.
I don't want to hear about Jen's essay anymore. I don't want to hear any of that. And fun fact, Ladybug came in here yesterday and she said, Jules, you started all this. When did I ever start calling Jen the Giddler?
You did
No,
say
you're not
it.
blocked.
You're welcome,
It must
Susie.
have been a word. It must have been a word that's blocked. When have I been the one pushing this narrative? I have always said that I felt that Jen was inappropriate with those kids when they were young.
No.
Yep. Haven't done all this other stuff that everybody else has.
You have said way more than just that. I've heard y'all over there say Jen effed her son before. I've heard it.
And then here's the other one. Everybody's like, and then this other person, did I go over this yet? That I cash app Jamie? Yeah, I did. I literally turned it on because that's where everybody was, right? That's
Now listen to this part. Does this make any sense?
the notification. I clicked in and I heard him saying, Jules doesn't own me. So jokingly, I didn't know anything about his present grift. I didn't even know that he was still grifting for different items. I didn't. I sent him a cash app and I said, now I own you, or something smart ass like that. If I would have known the rest, I wouldn't have.
Now, the day before, girlfriend, you was trashing him. You said all kinds of shit about him. Hey, Sudie, how are you? You said all kinds of crazy shit about him. And you thought he was going to forget? The only one I know with dementia is Debbie. You thought he was going to forget that, and you thought you was going to buy your way back in there. So how is it you're calling them grifters when you're trying to buy your way back in? Jamie, how much was the Cash App by chance? Hey,
Jen was
Silk
still nasty as ever. I know she was. I know, and it doesn't change. I made the exact statement in another chat. People need to grow up. What did KLP say? You guys, I'm sorry if I'm missing shit. Inappropriate. All the other people added the other stuff, which I'm being blamed for. Hey, Coffee. Hey, everybody, by the way, I'm sorry. I am getting blamed for everybody else pushing these narratives. In fact, just today, I listened to a tiny bit and I clicked in, and she's still blaming me for shit. I'm not doing a damn thing. I'm still that person that runs from the bullshit because I can't stand it, because it always causes shit. I've checked with the solicitor. You can sue anyone who accuses you of human trafficking. Accusing someone of child trafficking is even worse. And who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But this is no longer fun because people have turned this into laughing at Jen being stupid and correcting her lies about them. It has now become turn Jen into a predator. And
You did that. And if I'm not hey, Daddy, how are you? Hey, Dreamsicle, how are you? Um, you started all that with Jen, and Jules. This is where you really are. This is where you really fucked up at. How many of you guys have watched Jen, and you guys have all heard Jen say, "Please leave me alone"? She's called people out by names, and she said, "Please leave me alone. Stop." And Jules, you didn't. You kept going. And then, oh, just $1? Yeah, you old broke hoe. Oh, God, it's the Lord's Day. Heidi, why'd you tell me it was $1? Ooh, um, I done lost my train of, what was I saying? Okay. Oh, but not only that, Jules, you were insinuating that she had a penis down below. Remember those boner videos? Oh, Jules, you're really getting in trouble for this one. If Jen is smart and she hits the gas pedal on you legally, you're in trouble. And Clint, come on, wake up, buddy. Remember they were calling you gay, making you out into a Barbie doll and all that? And also, let's drag Nappa's old ass into this too. Nappa has said some of the worst shit about you. Oh boy, remember they was saying, oh, Clint is hitting himself and all that, and he was punching himself in the head. Nappa was passing that video around. Drag Nappa's ass into it as well. Nappa's a nasty one. She's just a disgusting elderly lady who has nothing better to do with herself. So drag Nappa into this. That's why Maria's quiet. We see you, Maria. We know you're not hiding out in the Everglades. Everglades.
Filling in and adding dots where we don't know. Because you guys, there is a lot of uncertainty. Now, that one thing with that roommate, we heard all three sides, and that it still sticks with me and it grosses me out because, and it did trigger me. It absolutely.
Now, it did not trigger her, but I will say that I do kind of feel like there is some there. Do I believe the lady was raped? No. Like Amsley said, she could have just stood up. It doesn't sound like anybody had a gun to her head. Doesn't sound like she was being forced or anything like that. So I'm not going to say that's rape. I'm not. Was it inappropriate? Absolutely.
Triggered other people. And it's not responsible for content creators to trigger people just for their own financial gain, in my opinion. She is still saying you were on Frank's. Yeah, I wasn't on Frank's. I was on AC's. And it was because Frank came to me and sent me a C&D on behalf of Jen. And if we have.
That is not true. That is not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. You are a liar. Like I said before, Jen was in Frank's room. Y'all went in there with that GB 1096 account fucking with Jen. That's the truth. That is the truth. Y'all were messing with her. You can't lie and say that's not true, Jules, because that absolutely is. And that's just another thing to go against you. You were harassing her. Jen has the absolute best case to drag Jules in the courtroom.
Go back, I can show you where he came into Jen's chat and he told her it was served or whatever. It was all ridiculous. And I went up there and I said my shit. And AC followed me. It's not my fault. And then he started.
AC. Did you hear that? Oh. She threw AC under the bus. No wonder why Maria's quiet. She knows. Ooh, can we talk? Everybody knows Jules is a snitch. She snitched on Glenwood. She just dropped the dime on AC. That's why Maria's quiet. She knows Jules is going to get to talking. Listen, ooh, no, you did not.
Where he came into Jen's chat and he told her it was served or whatever. It was all ridiculous. And I went up there and I said my shit. And AC followed me. It's not my fault. And then he started listening because you guys, when AC came over here, did I immediately start saying that Jen is inappropriate? No. We talked about the Rent-A-Center video. We talked about the stuff we could laugh about, right?
No. No.
Who's the one that really clung on to that shit? Now, I still stand on the fact that Jake never took it back. He never took it back, and I believe on 100% she was inappropriate. If we support all the creators, let's just be respectful in the chats. Thank you, Shelly. It's that easy.
Hey, wild German lady, how are you?
It's that easy. Thank you very much. It's so funny, Shelly, and people consider you like trolly, right?
But I thought I was seeing things. A couple years ago, I used to watch, is his name Silly Wabbit? I used to watch him in the bushes, and I think you used to go in there, right? I believe that's where I know you from.
Simple as that. And if somebody is going to do a live about somebody that I think highly of, I'm not going to be there. Even if I like that person, I'm not going to be there. And I surely, if I happen to listen to it, I'm surely not going to speak up in the chat. Yeah, it just seems that a lot of people are perfect right now. And I really don't like these delusions of grandeur because it appears that there's messy shit attached to everybody. But I guess it's better to start poking these legal fingers, like you're worse than me. I like to commentate. You know how Jen says she likes to commentate? I do. I like to look at silly shit and I like to laugh.
Girl, when?
I don't even like to I don't like to commentate on real life stuff because it doesn't make me laugh. And that was always my thing. And you know what? And that's one of the reasons why AC and I got along is because AC was like that. AC was about the shit show and he was mostly about the funny. And I think that AC knew that I wasn't about the exposure. Because like when he came to me with like stuff about other people, I'm like, don't put that down my throat. Just like I don't want other people pushing my stuff down their throat and getting these weird notions about it. I know. April, how are you, dear? Why did you not talk about this before you got mad? We must stop biting our tongue and then popping off. I'm guilty of it also. Well, because it was never time. There was never time. And I guarantee you it wouldn't
Never,
have gone well.
never time. Jules, what else do you have to do in your day? You don't work, you don't go outside, you don't have kids, you don't have a man. Like, what how did you not have time?
And the disrespect kept going and going and it kept growing. It did. And I had had enough. I had made it very clear. I really don't think that I should have had to go to somebody about the deadly situation. It was abundantly clear. Everybody on the internet talked about it.
Now, did everybody on the internet talk about it? Because this is that Barbara Streisand effect that Shiz talks about. I didn't know about it until you said something. You made it more popular than what it was. Who cares she went on to Deadly? You don't own the girl? Like, what the hell? And also, Tina Beagle was in that chat. The hell?
There was no apology there because I sure as fuck wouldn't have gone and thanked somebody that spoke horribly about her deceased mother.
Oh, girl, let me tell you. Remember when you kept bringing my dad up on your panel, my deceased dad on your panel, and I had to tell you, bitch, you. Oh, God, it's the Lord's Day. God, give me. No. Um, remember, I had to tell you, if you talk about my dad one more time, Jules, good or bad, I will go through with that live about your mama's memorial service. Remember that? So stop. Girl, cut it out. And you play with your mama. You disrespect your mom. So when you play Deadly, you're disrespecting your mother. So you can't just say Deadly's wrong, and you've done it to people. In that case,
I don't know. If those are my boundaries, those are my boundaries. If other people don't agree with them, you don't agree with them, but those are mine. It is what it is. Never did any backhanded shit. Up and toward the end, I did. Toward the end, I was doing.
oh, damn
I
it,
don't even
Jen. You
know.
made me freaking do that. Jen, didn't we talk about yesterday? We're not going to keep talking about that. Now, I understand that might be the topic right now, but for you, I don't think it's best for you to even
Yourself
keep
in my lane. So it
acknowledging
is what
that.
it is. But I don't want to hear about Jen's essay anymore
Made
with
me
it.
mess up.
I mean, and she didn't even take it as she didn't even think she needed to acknowledge it to me whatsoever.
And Jen, you're winning on this part. Like, stop over explaining it.
I made mention of it. And honestly, that day that she kept going up there and, oh, thank you for the platform and blah, 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 blah. And I just had dinner with my kids and what? Look at, they're all coins. And it's kind of hard to see them, but there's different, like we have the regular, then there is bronze and gold and platinum, silver, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, didn't KK go on Deadly's to mess with Jen? Yes. But she went there several times and she thanked him. She thanked him for a platform. I've made it, it's one thing to go up there to respond, but it's another to go there and get a wrench and laugh about it and think it's funny. Because I didn't think it was funny when Deadly said that about my mother, my deceased mother. And I don't think you would have thought it was funny about if Deadly would have said the same thing about your deceased mother. And that makes me side eye people.
Now, listen to this part. How many of us knew that KK's mom had passed away? I didn't know. You know why? It's not my business. And I really feel like, Jules, you're doing something here with that one. I feel like you're putting out the word for that nosy one to start pulling the obituary. That's honestly how I felt like you were doing with that. And it's very uncalled for. It was uncalled for you to mention her mom had passed away. We didn't need to know that.
I guarantee you, if I would have brought it to her, she would have said, well, respectfully, I'm not in your community and I kind of have different rules. Just like her chat, she says has different rules. But yet, you know what I mean? So whatever, have at it. Have a great time. I don't want any part of it. And I did feel I felt dissed. Oh, you can see what your badge looks like now. I've just been needing a Gen detox. It makes me get out of character. Hey, thank you. It is making a lot of people get out of character because hate breeds hate. And so, okay, back.
And hey, that might be the realest thing she said. Look at her chat. They're all hateful, they're all nasty, disgusting, and deplorable. Where's Maria?
Say stuff. It made me angry. because I was able to identify with stuff. I guarantee you other people will too. And then that makes them angry. And then that makes them want to pay money just to piss Jen off. And that, I believe, is manipulation.
No, that's stuff you do. Hey, Sassy, I don't know if I saw you come in, but hello.
But it's like everybody keeps saying, Jules, you should have done it. But it was everybody, Reddit and everybody else knew that Jules wasn't going to be happy with it.
What?
I mean, and she didn't even take it as she didn't even think she needed to acknowledge it to me whatsoever.
She didn't. She's a grown woman. Like, what do you mean? She's a grown woman. She doesn't have to run anything by you. Oh.
I made mention of it. And honestly, that day that she kept going up there and, oh, thank you for the platform and blah, 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 blah. And I just had dinner with my kids. And what? I've gotten out of character and I'm not proud of it. Same here. Ooh. And that's what Susie Q2 said. She's like, you're no better. And you're absolutely right. I'm not. And when I fall into that mindset, that is what happens. Hey, Texas girl. Ugh. No, Sophie's knocking it out of the park over there. And she's putting in a lot of work. A lot of work. It's all a mess. It's just so funny because I cannot.
Have you guys noticed since Jules got rid of her Discord, people's numbers have been going up? I would usually hang around, like before Maria did her fuck shit and all that. Like my numbers would be like in the ones, let's see, hundreds. And then, you know, Jules and them created their Discords. And then I would hang around about like 50, 60. So,
fact. Even the fact that I was distancing myself without saying anything. And you'd think that KK might have understood that I was distancing myself. And you'd think that she would have been like, yo, did it upset you that I went on Deadlies? You know what I'm saying? Like she is doing whatever she wants. When I am not doing whatever I want, I'm not going over to other people to piss people off. Yeah, but I don't believe there was going to be a good way to take it because I was already very upset. It had gone too far. And I see the
And what were your numbers before her Discord was deleted?
Yes. Like I was telling people, I said, if you ever see me acting like I'm a rock star like that and like I'm the shit, smack the fuck out of me. Mm-hmm. But whatever, it is what it is. I'm not okay with people sucking money out of subscribers like that. I'm not okay with people resetting their. You guys, I can count. I've set a goal 2 times.
Yeah, you see?
Because you know why? We have a very generous community and there's no need for it. There's absolutely no need for it. And I feel when people set the goals not only once, but 3 times, I feel that's greedy. Hey, Mikey. Am I going to get upset for people going in other people's chats? Absolutely not. Unless I'm
Tina Marina.
Unless I'm on the ticket, then yeah, it does make me feel some type of way. And I think it would make anybody feel some type of way. Burned, I've been barbecued. What the fuck are you talking about? And a lot of these people that are getting so offended haven't had the same things happen. I've had talking shit. Jen's talked shit about you. Jen hasn't called the police to your house, has she? So as you...
Yeah, Heidi, like, I don't understand, like, why she thinks, like, KK should be bothered by her. There's people that don't like KK. They're defending KK. They're sticking up for KK because it's the right thing to do. And, you know, Shayna Shauna, here you go. Perfect example. You was coming to me with some craziness over about that Walmart video that I never played. I'm defending KK. I think KK is 110% right here. I think we all should be defending KK, whether you like KK or not. She didn't do anything. And that goes back to what was said in Heidi's chat earlier. You have content creators who are sitting there really watching and stalking people of where they go. Subs should be able to go wherever they want to, and they should be able to enjoy whoever they want to. Everybody offers something different, so that following people around and chastising people, like, that's just crazy. That's crazy.
With this and play around and play lawyer and cops and robbers and all that other stuff. Real life stuff is actually happening to other people because they don't know who the fuck you are. And I don't think people that are former criminals should be getting on a pedestal and judging other people. I really don't.
What?
What's up for content creators now? 5 or 6 goals to raise money. I don't even feel comfortable doing it.
And then there goes Debbie loves dementia. What's up with content creators now having 5 or 6 goals to raise money, just for about anything you can think about? Debbie, we thought you had dementia. How did you remember this? And why are y'all now? And see, that's what I cannot fucking stand. Why are y'all now just attacking KK because Jules is having a hissy fit? Stop being sheeps. There's no reason for you to attack KK.
Yeah, but I don't like how I get dragged into it. And I've been getting dragged into it.
Oh, and Teddy says, Jules, I really didn't think KK would ever drag you. She will drag Jen, not you. KK didn't drag her. KK was a lot nicer than I would have been. I It's the Lord's Day. I would have prayed for her. I would have prayed for her. Ask me that on a Monday. Ask me that tomorrow.
And stepped on. Dragged into it and stepped on. And there's been some disrespect. I'm just done. Yeah, I'm over Jen. I'm over it because it has become dark. When you guys are trying to get her arrested for being a predator, you guys have issues. Well, that is the kind of people that they're feeling very minuscule in their own life, and they do have to come on the internet so they feel some type of way.
See, and that's that shit she does that really pisses me off. You sit here and you make up a little story about somebody and you try to really dig it in at somebody as if it was true. Shut up. You're the most.
It's weird. It's very, very weird. No, I would never in a million years go in a live that was about somebody that I was cool with when they were on the thumbnail. I didn't even see the thumbnail, but everybody told me it was nasty. I do know that it was the second live stream about me.
Who's she talking?
And I see the comments that people make in there, and it's like everybody has just become too comfortable being nasty once again. Oh. And it's just a flashback to when a lot of the same people were in the chats dissing me. I don't know. I just don't want to associate myself with people like that. I just don't. I don't want to associate myself because when KK went into Deadly's chat that time, total disrespect to me. It wasn't just once, it wasn't twice, it was several times, even got a wrench. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Deadly wrenches everybody. Even
because it was worth her to.
Before Deadly and I broke up for the last time, I had a wrench in there. You know, you just, even Deadly, you just ask him for one, he'll give you one.
Action out of Jen so that she'd have a reason to go live and talk about her. It's an endless cycle that I don't want to be a part of. And guess what? Even today, I'm still getting blamed for it.
Well, who did it?
I don't see Anne and George banding up with Jen to try to get ROs on KK. And what's Jamie's
No, because I can only speak for myself. I know you put her up to it. I know where it came from. I'm not dumb. I know how you work. I know your move.
About what's going on. He's a bricklayer, but has used it. No, I believe he works. I believe he works. I do. But I also believe he's opportunistic. What were his crimes anyway, guys? I don't even know what his crimes were, but I do know that he was a criminal. I do know that. Was it anything to do with money? That would be funny.
Oh my God.
Has already decided that he doesn't.
Jules, if you really think about it, sex trafficking and money, that goes hand in hand because you're pimping these girls out for money. You were tickling balls for money too. You said that out of your own mouth. So,
Trouble for his BF's mom, so drop it, in my opinion. Wait, the cat dirt guy. Wait, who? My thing is, though, is that, Jake. Jake is not going to go to the police about it. We can still have our opinions about it. We can. We can say she's appropriate. But you guys going that extra step? I never wanted to. His brother has to. Oh. Well, there's that. I don't support that whatsoever, Tonic. But see, I don't even want to go there. I want to
Girl, you
base
went
people on the
there.
person that they are online.
Oh, let
When
me
you
rewind
start
that
doing all
because
of that, every single one of us.
girl, this one is dumb. She didn't want to go there, but she went there.
Well, there's that. I don't support that whatsoever.
Okay, so in the
Tonic.
chat, somebody says his brother has charges of child abuse. I don't get what someone's brother has to do with them. You guys did that to me. So I don't agree with what my brother has done, but y'all took that out on me. So somebody in the chat says his brother had charges of child abuse. He himself may not agree with that either. So why are you dragging him for it?
But see, I don't even want to go there. I want to base people on the person that they are online. When you start doing all of that, every single one of us has stuff that doesn't look too good, but I guarantee you is probably different. Just like I said with Siwa. I unsubbed to several channels last night. I'm not even going to bushwatch. It's not fun.
Oh, that was Simp J Fid. I unsubbed to several channels last night. I'm not even gonna. Yeah, because you got the cue. Y'all don't get it over there. It's still a sex trafficking type of mentality over there. Jules is the pimp, and you guys are the hoes, and y'all do exactly what she does before she even has to tell you to do it. Ooh, hand your money over, J Fid.
Watching people that I like get dragged fun. And that's why I'm really trying to keep the other person out of this because I don't want to become a drag fest. But I want to make it very clear that I felt extremely disrespected. Ooh. That's why I backed away. That's why I was absent.
Who's she talking about? Uh, you talking about Maria? Because we haven't seen her. Ooh.
So it is what it is. Everybody in the internet knew, but whatever. It is what it is. And if it has become people that just want to expose people and get angry and try to ruin people's lives, I don't want to be a part of that.
I know you didn't just say that with Geneva running around wild over there. I know you didn't. I know you didn't. That she been running around. So she's on probation because of this. Am I missing something here? And you're stupid. I want zero part of that because I know what it feels like to be on the other end of that. Why do you think I haven't, as much as Brooke has been a bitch to me, why do you think I haven't all pull up all her shit? And what did Brooke have to do with this? Oh, really? 2 women have accused him of that, and you've got the nerve to put that on my community tab. So it sounds like that side over there is pretty dirty. But again, this shows how dumb you are and how if Jen really wanted to have a case against you, she really could. Because you're sitting here giving these people that you don't know, did I not say that before? You're giving these people y'all don't know people's personal information. And if that is true, it says that Tonic is a good one. Either two what? Tonic is not a good one either. 2 different women has accused him of grape. Now I don't know who Tonic is. I don't know if this is true, but what I am saying is if it is true, Jules, you handed Jen and Clint's information to these people. And you don't stop. You keep doing it. And you're going to do it again. You're going to find a new group. You're going to go into a new community to try to fight your battles. And you're going to hand everybody You're going to hand them everyone's information you don't like.
But I wasn't going to sit there and keep putting my stamp on it. And everybody probably thought I was okay with Jamie too, because I just cash apped him. I did it to be funny. I didn't do it so he could buy another item. I'm just upset on YouTube. It's time for me to
The
do.
fuck did you think he was going to do with the money? You say the dumbest stuff. You.
If I'm just getting upset on YouTube, I know. And you know what? It's much easier for you guys to do it. It's much easier for you guys to do it. You guys can back away. When you're a content creator, not so much. But it is what it is. I mean, we put ourselves in this situation, but seriously, today I was getting to the point where this is not fun. I don't want to do this. I am so sick and tired of people clutching their pearls over things that they're doing to other people. And I am just as guilty. I've done it myself. And when I'm able to sit there and point at stuff like, oh, you did that, you did this, you did that, you did this, I'm not proud of myself. Look up Huckleberry. She will tell you she was one of his victims. Wow. So Tonic has actual victims online. And you guys are just making up shit.
Okay, this Bridget Nordstrom is the one saying this. Yes, I'm being very truthful. Look up Huckleberry. She will tell you. I'm getting Geneva vibes from that person. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm getting Geneva vibes from that.
No, it's not funny anymore. It's not funny anymore because people are acting like they want to get her arrested. I've never even wanted Jen to lose her channel. As mad as she made me when she did that Allie stuff, I almost did. But I didn't want her to lose her channel and I don't want her to lose her mind, but it's going there. Hello, Farlap. How are you? I just believe it's gone too far. And this is how it was last time. It's not a fair playing field. And you know what it's going to make? It's going to make Jen lash out even more, just like she did last time. And I don't want to be in the line of fire, but apparently I still am. That's a content creator's choice for goals. You don't have to follow that method. I just think it's unfair. Yeah, but she doesn't have to be a mind.
Debbie Loves a Sex Offender says, I have backed away. Another off YouTube. That's what she wrote. Y'all figure that out what she meant. I have backed away. Another off YouTube. I don't feel safe anymore on YouTube. People are really so nasty, mean on YouTube now. Debbie. You're one of them, Debbie.
Everybody, even Reddit, said how I felt about the deadly stuff. Never once did she feel the need to approach me about it. You know what I mean? There was a lot of overstepping boundaries, in my opinion. And she just didn't care. And I didn't feel, because I felt if I brought it to her, that was going to be her response. I'm in a different community. I operate different. Okay, but you're here now.
Of everyone, to be honest with you.
So that's that.
Jules harasses everyone she doesn't like. She does that getting people's personal. Look what she did to Lily. She did it to me. She's done it to Jen. She does it to anyone and everyone. Then you got missing Momo. Who wants her?
Y'all aren't getting called a sex trafficker, are you?
Cops
I see
and
people
the
getting
FBI.
accused of stuff they actually did. Hey, Cree. I know. I get it, Glitter. I get it. And I respect that. I completely respect that. They don't either want her to lose her channel. She's their money. Yeah. They want to drive her crazy. If Jen goes crazy on her own, yeah, watch it, laugh at it, whatever. But don't interfere with it. Like going up on Deadly's panel and trying to juice her up. That is just like manufacturing it. My ice maker. That is manufacturing it. And that's not a clear playing field. Everybody knew.
Now, I will say that's wrong. If Jen was over on Deadly's and KK went over there to fuck with her over there, I will say that that's wrong. Um, yeah, I'll say that that's wrong. And that was too low. And I saw it. I watched it. That was too low. And then that's where Pippi got drug into it.
Felt about Deadly. Deadly disrespected my deceased mother, and that is a no.
You disrespected your own deceased mama. And don't forget what you did to Bambi's husband. So,
Fun fact, that is the one reason I do keep my major distance from Geneva, is because I can't get past that. I can't get past the disrespect to a deceased family member. And that's exactly why I've never done it to anybody else. When Deadly did that to me, I could have done that to him.
Well, I didn't do it to you, and y'all did it to me multiple times. Remember that? Remember that?
What do you mean by saw a different side of me? Well, one of those sides was pulled out because of Trigger. SA is a very sensitive topic, and it triggers a lot of people. And when people are trying to shove that down your throat, I am just as guilty because I read it. And the reason I read it is because, hey, Nurse Jen, the reason I read it is because when I heard it the first time, it did trigger me. And it's like a car wreck. You want to see it. And then I did, and I couldn't get it out of my mind. And then everybody just keeps talking about it. And then I'm reliving it. It's a lot. As content creators, we should be mindful about triggering our.
I gotta go through my old lives that I have of hers. I am 98% sure she says she had all these files already. Y'all know how she works too. Girl.
We shouldn't be getting our subscribers so mad and so angry.
Hey, Pink Butterfly, how are you?
Yeah, but you know what? KK didn't respect me when she went up on Deadly's. She didn't. Yeah, well, don't be Tonic's cheerleader in here. Tonic can go get fucked.
Okay. Farlap came in and said, "Here's the truth for you. That there was a total recant from Huckleberry about what Tonic was supposed to have done." Oh, but you don't want to hear the truth, Jules, right? You see how that goes? Hey, Rain Busy, you don't want to hear the truth about what happened. You don't want somebody to come in and correct somebody. You rather keep going on with that lie about, and that is a bad lie. That is a bad lie that you would want to keep going.
Tonic is calling me a child sex trafficker.
You see how she corrected herself? He called me a sex trafficker. Wait a minute, I gotta correct that because that part is true, but I'm not a child sex trafficker. I'm not a child sex trafficker. Yeah, I'm not a child sex trafficker. I'm just a trafficker. Yeah, we see what you did there.
Fun fact, I've never done that to not one of y'all. I don't even know what Jamie's charges are. I never looked into it because I judge people on who they are right here. And I apologize if I felt some type of way. But the disrespect was getting a bit much, and there was a lot of people seeing it. I shouldn't have to come to her and tell her she hurt my feelings when everybody else knew.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jamie says his charges were theft, and here he is with money. Go figure. You know who doesn't have any criminal charges other than possession of weed? Jules.
Oh, Jules.
And I don't like it when people say they're sticking up for me and say, well, I really don't know about all that, but that's not sticking up for me.
Jules. Tonic, come on in here and gather around the good stuff. But...
Not at all.
Oh, Jules.
But I took that as complete disrespect. You disrespect my mother in the way that Deadly did. Deadly said, if you guys really, I can go find the recordings and play them for you and remind you of what a piece of shit he is. Deadly, who has spoken horribly about people's children. The fact that people are going over there as a flex.
Wait a minute.
Going over Deadly's.
But Miss Mickey. Hold on, Jules, now. You're getting ahead of yourself and you are just. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me send this. I'm going to show y'all something. But also, like I said the other day, Miss Mickey was talking to Deadly, and okay, it said, okay, so Deadly said, I did not do anything to my sister. I'm seeing something. What is it here? Oh, I gotta get my okay. Okay, Deadly said to Miss Mickey, I did not do anything to my sister. I'm seeing what I can do about people using what I said when I was hurt against me, not you, other people. Well, you said it, ain't nothing you can do. Um, oh man, hold on. I'm gonna go into another account.
One thing to cover him, but to go over there? Yeah, but Tonic, you need to go talk to Tonic about his false allegations that were on my community tab. I haven't made false allegations about anybody, have I?
Yeah, you have.
I would never, ever fuck with somebody that spoke on somebody's deceased relative like that.
Oh, she's lying. Deadly says, I did not do anything to my sister. I'm seeing what I can do about people using what I said when I was hurt against me, not you, other people. Miss Mickey says, I know you didn't, but George has been using it as a jab towards others. I think it's a good idea to look into what you can do. Look into what you can get done so people stop using it. Miss Mickey, shut the fuck up, you weird ass bitch. You sit there and you say the worst of the worst and the dumbest of the dumbest shit. And again, you don't want people to push other people in the direction of taking Jules to court, but you want to sit there and try to push him in a direction over words that he said. You sound stupid, girl.
Tonic Fox, he's one of the.
And then, with that being said, you now have to go after Jules for what she just said about him, dummy. And why are you talking to Deadly anyway, dummy? Your pimp don't like that.
People over Jamie and them. Yeah, he said that I have no more.
Follow the pimp rules, Miss Mickey. Your swollen gums.
Ground because I'm a child sex trafficker. Now do you understand? When people that are actual criminals, I mean, even
Celia says, yes, Deadly is a no for me, but Geneva is a yes for you after she pulled those FOIAs in your name on John Yates? Celia, make it make sense.
Brooke is an actual criminal.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. More of a criminal than I am. Fact. No, Big Brick. I don't need anybody to be dragged. I just would appreciate people that say they fuck with me not to be in those drag streams. And I do feel it opportunistic, and I don't feel that it is a fair playing field with Jen, and I think that people are going too far. Yeah, but even the title was about me. And after the thing with Dana yesterday, I side-eye everybody. I do. When things are made up, it reduces the seriousness. Yep. And people keep pushing it left and right. I've never pushed a narrative in anybody, except for Jen, obviously, and I feel guilty for that. I feel guilty that I let it go, but I kept saying I never called her. I think I maybe called her a Giddler once when she. I think I put the GG. I gave her one of those jewel things for GG when she. Hey Crystal, when she was talking about Allie.
I think Geneva is just floating around. I don't know. When I was watching KK, I didn't watch very much. I fell asleep. There was an account that went in there and it said something like, I hope you die. One, that was disgusting. Why would y'all even go in there and do that and say all that? Uh, Sorry, but I got Geneva vibes from that one. So I'm thinking Jenny might have picked the side of Jules and Maria. I believe Jenny is an evil person. There's no lying about that. But I don't think KK would put up with the stuff that Geneva does. So I do believe Geneva's going to stick with Jules and Maria. And no one knows where Maria is. Where's Maria?
But being in that mob mentality is not good for me. Hey Sherry, it's not, because I lose track of myself and I get meaner than I should be. Because you guys, that's over. That's too much. Reading them once is one thing, but over and over and analyzing them and wanting unredacted copies. Nobody on the internet should have unredacted copies of fucking anything.
You had
What?
them.
Are you a lawyer? Are you a cop?
And don't forget, like I said on Heidi's panel, you have the body camera of when the police showed up at my house. Like, I don't understand why you wanted that. That was kind of weird, to be honest with you, because that could have really went bad. Like, I did show some of it, but I didn't show all of it. And the part that I did show it in kind of like an educational type of way of how, okay, look, I could have overreacted and did this, and I could have thought this, and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, no, I understand, cops have a job to do, blah, 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 blah. You pulled that. Yeah, and I know Geneva did it. You pulled that for what? For content? That's what I don't get. So you have overstepped your boundaries on more than one occasion. You've done it a lot. Don't forget what you did to Lily. So, what you're saying today, you're doing it to save your ass. You're doing it to cover your ass. Because if you really genuinely felt like, okay, that is wrong, you were going to sit here. Yeah, I think we played it, not unless another one's coming up, Daisy. But you would be saying everything that you've pulled or you've had done pulled for you. Regardless as if your friends have pulled it, it was done for you. So acknowledge all of it, not just this part. Because when you pulled that body camera of me and you passed it around, I heard AC say, "Oh yeah, he's got it." Blah blah blah. You got it. You passed it around, and you even said you had it. You passed it around for what, Jules? To harass me in your discords? So why don't you acknowledge everything that you have done to people? Not just what you've done to Jen.
No, and that's why I said the other day, is trolling more important than morals? Because trolling Jen and trying to get a reaction out of Jen so you can act like a rock star in your Discord, is that worth hurting somebody's feelings? It is what it is. It is what it is.
Yes, you did.
Piece of shit humans. And like I said, and then there's Paula. Paula hangs out in her chat. Should I let Sandman and Chicken Cakes in here? You see what I mean? Do you see the difference of the respect? I've given a lot of respect where it hasn't been the other way. And the excuse is, oh, well, I'm a different community. Not really, not anymore.
But KK has always said like she allows anyone in her chat. She's always said she's fair and neutral about that kind of stuff. You don't own her chat. So if somebody comes in that you don't like, It's for you to leave, not cause an uproar. It's for you to leave. And that's what you did to me in Selfie Queen Cindy's chat that day. I had a wrench, you didn't. You saw me, you left, and then the next day mine was gone. So that's what you do. You like to take over people's chats. For what?
Because that's, oh boy. Jules, you said you feel bad for Jen. May I ask, Jen, is Jen a bigger victim, in your opinion, than the children she assaulted? She never assaulted them. Prove where she actually assaulted children. That's the part that's dangerous, and that's the part that people need to stop. Did I say she was inappropriate walking around scantily clad in front of teenage boys? I believe that 100%.
Mockingbird says, I just wish Jen would fade quietly into the sunset. She's the root of a lot of. Mockingbird, that's not true. I understand. I disagree. Jenny is going to stick with KK. Maria has yet to pick a side, but Jenny and Maria will still play in the pig pen. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I don't know though. I think. I think Jenny is going to stay with Jules, because Jules was fighting, or Jenny was fighting to get back in that hive. She was trying to have Drazo get her back in Jules's good grace. But Mockingbird, back to what you said. I just wish Jen would fade away. She's the root to all of this. I don't agree with that. I agree. Is Jen problematic? Yeah. Has she toned it down more than what she used to be? Yeah. But the problematic people are Jules, Genevra, and Maria. And Mockingbird, I'm not trying to come at you sideways, but I'm speaking from experience. You really don't know how evil and vile and nasty Jules is until you try to get away from her. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. You also have to think, Mockingbird, you and Jules and Maria and anybody else, you have a right to watch whoever you want to. But if you keep watching the same person that triggers you or you feel is the problem, you gotta admit you're playing your part in it because you're keeping the fuck shit going. Jules needs uh Jules needs people like Jen. Let me rephrase that. Jules needs a target at all times to keep her channel going. Now, when she gets her meta glasses, if she gets her meta glasses, y'all know what I'm trying to say. If she gets her meta glasses and she's sitting outside looking at those ground squirrels, who's going to sit there and watch her?
Go away. She won't. She'll never go away. And that's why I have to get off of it. I have to get off of the roller coaster because it's damaging. It's damaging now. And I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to be a part of anybody's foot on her neck.
But see, Stevie Lee, see, this is where I got to be fair at. In my opinion, Jen is going back to the way she used to be, close to it, because of KK and all of them. I agree with you to the last part of because of KK and them. And the reason why I say that is if they are bothering you, if anybody online is bothering you, and you feel like you are going to go crazy, it's for you to also step away. Like I said the other day, it is 24-hour coverage of Jen, but at the same time, Jen is watching it. Jen is feeding into it too. And that's no lie. Like the things that Deadly has said about her, why on God's green earth would you go back over there? You're not even trolling them. Like, you know what I mean? So.
I don't like the bitch and I never will. But I never want to be a part of that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations, Missy. Yeah, but It wasn't the moment. It was several times, Lisa Marie. She went up there several times. And then people on Reddit even talked about it, and then she never ever said a word to me. Never. And there's been several other times that there's been complete disrespect. Yeah, it's inappropriate, not that. And when people start pushing that narrative, you lost the plot. Because I don't like when people push false narratives on me either. Because now everybody's like, oh, listen to the way she was. She only did this because of this. Fun fact, it was a counselor that called the police. Fun fact. How about that? Wasn't me. It was a counselor. That's how all of it started. Jules didn't run to the cops because she was jealous. Nope. It was a counselor. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't have any mental health therapy when I was up there. It was a woman that was a counselor with a nonprofit group. That is how it happened. I don't like her. I will never like her. I'm tired of her. I'm tired of her shit. Yeah, Jen will always be Jen. But I don't want part of this. I don't. Because you guys, you've turned it into something completely dark and disgusting and calling her a bitch and a slob and this and that. What? Fun fact, those are the things that people can strike your channel for. You know that? Do you know when you start calling people names repeatedly over and over again, people can report your channel? That's why I don't like to do that. I try not to name call. I get pissed at her. Yeah, I get pissed at her, and I'm guilty of going to.
Oh, I'm glad you said that, Angel. Let me see. Doobie doo. Okay, just so Tonic. I got a little gift for you. Give me a second. Mm-hmm. Now, as I said before, let me throw this out there. I don't take lightly into kids and all that. And I say you won't hear me talking about kids like that in a sexual type way, blah, 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 blah. We're not identifying kids. We're not tying this down to a sub or a creator's child in this group. But I'm just throwing this out there. They have me listed as a victim because they brainwashed me into saying he R'd me. I'm livid. Same as when he told me he was trafficking kids. It's right there, Jules. You knew about it. These are your words. That's your little logo. You knew about it. There were kids in there. And you knew. Same as when he told me he was trafficking kids. That's you, isn't it, sweetheart? Tonic, please take a screenshot of this if you are listening, if you are somewhere near, or if you need these. There's that. There's that. Can't say you didn't know, girlfriend. You knew.
But I'm done. I don't want to carry so much hate for somebody that I want real life consequences. I don't. Just as people, I don't want people to feel that way about me. I don't want to feel that way about them. But for some reason, people think that my mouth,
yeah, I agree.
The only way to come back at me responding.
110%. There's many of this community who like to use the whole buddy trolling excuse when it is clearly, when it was really just flip-flopping, playing both sides, whatever you want to call it, just my opinion, and you're 100% true. And how much is it of you're just a bitch. You're just a bitch. You wake up, you have no life, you're miserable at home, you're miserable at work, you're miserable wherever, and you come online and you're just trying to take your frustrations out on other people. You're just a bitch. Call it what it is. And I'm sorry, Lord. I'm sorry, Lord.
Going on right here on the internet is to start digging. No, she's never leaving. She's never leaving. And as much energy as we give her, she's going to keep taking it up. And that's that. It's ridiculous. And I'm done. I'm done. You guys can paint her as a criminal. And you know what? Fun fact, that person that I just deleted, if you really and truly feel that Jen did something that she could get arrested for, go call the cops. What are you doing on here?
Well, they're in your chat.
I may go legal on her. How about that? If I stop and she continues with this sex trafficking and the child sex trafficking and all of that, I may do it to her. She may just end up with one herself.
There went the monkey wrench in your plan.
Because I'm sick of it.
But y'all see how Jules goes? She can call you every name in the book. Jules can do whatever she wants to you, your family members, your classmates. She can do all that to you, and you're supposed to just sit there and take it. But the time you start fighting back, you're the problem.
It's repetitive name calling the person the same thing over and over again. Like, I don't know. It's just too much. It has become like a stoning. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's one thing to laugh at Jen buttering her stove or her cabinets, you know? That's different. That's different. But, and you know what? This is my opinion. I feel, remember when we showed Jamie the Rent-A-Center van and he was not in it? He really didn't care. Jamie didn't care until Jamie realized that he could exploit her and get money from her, allegedly, in my opinion. That's how it looks to me. There's some account, YouTube, something or another, that's trying to convince Jen to go legal on you. Well, I know, and fun fact, that won't go very far. It will not go very far whatsoever. Because you can show that house thing all day long, but then we will also show exactly what led up to that. And I believe, do you know who I believe is the one that was doxing my family members in her chat?
And listen. Remember when I said it is wrong to show the inside of somebody's house for whatever reason? Jules, you were showing the inside of her house just to be hateful, nasty, and evil about it. And Jen did say like she didn't like that you guys were showing her house on the Zillow. Now, is it on Zillow? Yes, but that does not mean you can pull up Zillow to show the inside of someone's house to harass and dox them with it. And you're calling her a giddler and all that kind of stuff. And I said it before, it takes one person to really believe that. And now you're trying to walk it back. What if somebody really believed what you were saying and they went over to her house and they staged it all out because now they have the layouts of her house? You too, Sophie. You were doing it too. So, like I said, when somebody gets hurt, it's because of you guys being nasty and hateful. So, you're trying to walk this house stuff back too. But I have that live. I have it. You definitely did it. And there was no reason, there was nothing that led up to that. So you're lying.
I believe it was Karma is a cat. Do I have any actual proof of that? No, but I feel it in my bones. Hey, Lindsay.
Hold on. So she said, let me rewind that. Y'all listen to her. You're so stupid ass. Remember, she was blaming me for this.
Do you know who I believe is the one that was doxing my family members in her chat? I believe it was Karma is a cat. Do I have any actual proof of that? No, but I feel it in my bones. Hey, Lindsay. And it's funny because Jen can't stand Karma as a cat now. But Jen, I really think, and I don't think it was George. I really didn't think it was George. I believed all along that it was Karma is a cat.
You said in court I did it. You told the judge I did it. You and your dirty ass hive over there, you all owe me an apology. You drugged me for months and years on this stupid ass shit. And now you're changing your story. You owe me an apology. All of y'all do over there. You too, Momo. Wherever you're hiding, you lied and said I was doing it too, making sock accounts of her family. Remember that? Fucking nasty asses.
Karma is a cat who made another account that she was posting screenshots of my brother in law's Facebook. Jamie is AC's friend that is milking all of the women in this community for every penny they have. And it's just gross. It has really been gross. And it reminds me of a shady evangelist. Give me all your money and I will fight the devil. You know, that's what it's like. Paying people a bunch of money isn't doing anything to Jen. It's padding other people's pockets. Paying people a bunch of money isn't going to stop Jen from talking shit.
Jen wasn't making the money.
Good luck. It's not going good. Oh no.
And listen, if Jen does go into the courtroom with all this, Jen wasn't making the money off of it. Y'all were. And you are the ones who went and got these people to make money off of her back. So it doesn't look good for you, Jules. And I hope Jen.
Well, good luck. Oh, the entire queen. Isn't it funny how I can blow up the whole community by speaking about how I feel? I don't know. It goes both ways. Everybody keeps saying that I should have done this, I should have done that. It goes both ways. It does. And I just felt that it was. I felt that the disrespect would keep going under the guise of, well, I'm a different community. I can do whatever I want, and I'm not okay with that. I'm allergic to AC and his crew. I've never had a problem with AC, and I know that this puts him in a big pickle. But I don't have a problem with him. I don't.
They're not.
I mean, unless, of course, he's talking shit about me, then whatever. Say la vie. But I'm not going to talk shit about him. Just like I really and truly like to keep it to what's going on here. I don't like to go anywhere else. But it is kind of funny, though, that Jamie had theft as his charges. And then here he is robbing everybody by getting everybody triggered and mad at Jen.
And see, let me stop you there. Like I said, I don't know Jamie, but let me take up for Jamie here. He's not robbing these people. And I already know what you're going to say. You're going to come up with that elderly theft stuff like you do to make it sound worse. You're going to say Debbie loves dementia, was tricked into giving him money. No, these ladies willingly gave up the money. They went over there. They paid him to trash Jen because of you. So he didn't steal from them.
And I never was the one that started with the Giggler with Jen. I was covering Jen because Jen was going at me. Just like back then. I could play the lives from back in 2022. And Jen was talking shit about me just like she is today. And then in 2023, it got too dark. And I saw people that were just like wanting everything to happen. I don't know.
Yeah,
now, mind you,
even last night, KK very mildly touched on it. Like, I give KK credit for that because one, KK, you sat on that for a couple of days. I would have went crazy immediately. That's just me. Two, you were very calm about that. Now, I don't get mad. I don't do all that yelling and hoopla and all that, but I probably would have um would have yeah gave Jules the business on that. She was dead wrong for that.
And why people covered her back then. But I do believe the police calls were, I don't know. I don't know. There was no way, there's no easy way out of that. Jen holds a lot of responsibility for that bullshit because she's a grown adult and she should have known her mental state was bad. When she had crisis people talking to her, she should have known.
Dummy. If Jen was out of it, then she wouldn't have known. That's how dumb you are. But you did sit there and you was poking her. Y'all, you were calling the police on her too. You and what was that lady's name? Housewife. She was calling the police on Jen too. Y'all knew the lady was going crazy. Y'all knew the stuff she was saying was outlandish.
Well, he does, but it isn't a trolling thing. See, now here's the thing at the end of the day, Bridget. AC, I believe, with everything, is a different community. And the truth is never taboo. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Bridget says, but AC sits on Deadly's panel and jokes with him, and that's okay. Um, yeah, Jules. You calling KK out? Why you ain't calling them all out?
Where are you going with that one? But I don't believe that AC likes Deadly. In fact, the last time he was up on Deadly's panel, he said some really nasty stuff to him. I believe he is trolling Deadly himself. He's not going there necessarily milking it, but also you notice I'm not around those communities as much anymore either. You guys notice that, right? Are you kidding, Lindsay? That sucks. Lindsay, there's a bunch of apartments for rent over by me. I just saw a bunch of signs on my way home. There's one 2 blocks away. There's one down the block. Because you don't usually see the for rent signs as much. You know, they're all usually listed nowadays. Yeah, well, I am a firm believer, just like remember what I said to Kendra? I said, even though I can't stand you, I said, sometimes when you have.
This is the one she did yesterday, Rainbow. Um, and it's weird, like Jules can't. How are you calling them grifters when you grifted for a computer and you got it? You grifted for a bed or something, or a mattress or something, and you got it. You grifted for a lot of things, and even when you was telling everyone that your cat died, you did that for a grift. Remember, I think Penelope struck her, was it last Christmas or 2 Christmases ago? And she was saying, oh my God, this just ruins my Christmas. I needed that money too. And now I'm not going to be able to stream to make it. Remember all that? You did that for a grift. I don't understand like how a grifter calls another grifter a grifter. That's like me telling Heidi she's black. Like, what?
Even though it sucks and it's uncomfortable, it's probably like the best thing for you. And once you're gone, it probably feels better. And so I'm going to say that to you, Lindsay. I know this is very uncomfortable, but I know when it's all said and done, you're going to be better for it. AC doesn't like Deadly. He doesn't. But he's also not part of the community and he's not, you know what I mean? There's a fine line there. AC doesn't pretend to be part of our community. I don't know. So if there's different standards, there's different standards. And that's what I mean. Like, you jump KK on Going Deadly's panel, but AC gets a pass. Not particularly. It's a little different. It is a little different. KK went up there purposely for that.
Hey, CC Trucker, you listening? This is the hypocrisy I've been calling out and that I've been saying. And I've been fair across the board when I say the hypocrisy. Even when you got on my community tab and you left me something stupid that didn't make no sense, this is the hypocrisy right here we're talking about.
There to stir up Jen, yeah. And you know what? I backed away from it. How often do you guys see me in those chats? I'll wait. It's because when I see things getting a little bit whatever, but I'm not going to tell AC what to do because AC markets himself as a shit show. He's not pretending that he's caring. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, I don't. Because, like I said, I don't talk to KK. But KK has never branded herself as like somebody really into this community. And besides that, I already said it. You ran over to get KK. Shut up.
When she came back, many hoped the best and supported I did. Yeah, Jen just won't. She won't ever stop. Look at Moved by Jules and stream with her. Yeah, there's 2 apartments. In fact, I was surprised. I don't know how much they are, but they're like normal apartments too, so they're probably reasonably priced. They're not like some all fancy schmancy shit. Because I could care less about fancy schmancy stuff. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm literally walking around with my $9.99 Aldi purse that I fucking love. It's one of those
This is a grift.
It's a mini quilted one, and I love it. It's the perfect size. It hangs the perfect way. And fun fact, it only costs $9.99 if I fuck it up. There's that. I've never been a label bitch. The most labels I've ever had is when Clark spoils me. That's it. Or when Duchess got me the beautiful bee bag. That's it. That's all. I never would purchase expensive stuff for myself because that's just not how I was raised. I don't know. We never, I mean, like even designer jeans were a big deal. Remember, even Kendra said that. Oh, I had great stuff. You had icky stuff. Yeah, you're right. That sucks, Lindsay. When do you have to be out of your place? I don't know. I don't even know about this anymore. It's all horrible. I know it's horrible, but I can't sit anymore. And it was really starting to upset me that even though I had distanced myself from it, I was still getting blamed for it more than ever. In every stream, getting called a sex trafficker and whatever. And the people that stick up for me, really not sticking up for me. You guys can say it. I think it was, but it really wasn't. Some of it was actually even supporting their narrative. June 30th, you have a truck. Well, that's good. Well, you've got all month. I used to love charming Charlie purses. I was sad when they shut down. See, I don't even know what that is. But yeah, I've never been that person. Never. In fact, fun fact, the Coach slippers that Clark got me, I barely ever wear them because they're too nice. I don't know. It's just I come from simple means. Lynn's, just be careful about people sometimes taking deposits. Yes, yes, and yes, Susie. I follow a apartment housing or whatever, or not a housing, like Chicago apartments on Reddit. And that is one of the biggest things that people are saying, like warning people about. Just a scam. Like they'll say they'll send you a key and everything. And yeah, you have to be really careful of that stuff. But I don't know. Everybody, you know what's really funny though, is everybody is really making this a bigger deal than it needs to be. Whatever. It is what it is. I felt disrespect. I felt shade. And it was going to continue. It was, and even though my absence, I thought maybe my absence would have.
Her absence.
But I'm not the one that upset somebody else. I'm not the one that wasn't taking any regard for any of the other creators. And you know what I mean? It's been a lot. It's been an absolute lot. And hey, guess what? I gave John something to come out and smile his big old choppers at people yesterday, right? It gave John a reason to show everybody that he's been talking to Brooke all along. That's what I think. I really and truly, because you guys know when Brooke and I talked, there was 2 different times that we talked. And the first time she's just like, let's just not tell anybody, okay? Because blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hey, Clark, I'm like, I am not going to be somebody's behind the scenes friend. So that time I put the kibosh in it. That was because Dee was going to get upset. And then the second time, I don't remember what it was, but I didn't tell anybody. But that's what Brooke does because she knows that her friends will get upset. So I guarantee you, her and John have been talking all along. And she's probably said, hey, you got to be my behind the scenes friend. I mean, hey, she did a whole ass live yesterday and had her opinion about me. So why can't I? Right. And I think I'm spot on. I know. And you guys, I have been raving about this Aldi purse. I got it. I think it was there. It was in the Isle of Shame 2 weeks ago. It's simple. It's very, very simple. And at first I almost put it back and I grabbed it even though, because I'm like, well, this would be a good, the quiltedness. And anyway, I thought of something to use it for. And now I'm using it. I'm like, holy shit, I love this thing. Yep. Yeah. Twin flames. Yes, that's a freaking deposit. People have the country steal things and send the key. Yep. Well, I'm glad that you're mindful of that and you know about it. That really sucks. And I know Florida is overpriced, just like here. Do you want me to go get the number off the signs, Lindsay? Can your truck drive all the way up here? I'm joking. You don't want to be up here. You would not do well with winter up here, not at all. I don't know. I don't know. I feel how I feel. And unfortunately, guys, this is who I am. Am I getting better? Yeah. I'm not doing. Yes and no. I still don't think that I am like I was what I was, but
You're
I
worse,
just get
girl.
sick
Like,
of
I don't
I had
understand how you think what you're doing is okay. Like, it's worse. You're worse, girl. You are a psycho. Fuck.
a bigger person when I was the one being dissed. And I even, like I said, that Sharpie comment that she kept making, I corrected her and she didn't correct it. And when it was two times like that, I took that as a mental note, like, okay, all right, I see you, boo boo. I see you throwing subtle shade. Yeah, the winters would kill you, and you have absolutely no meat on your bones. It would not do you well. If your spirit vibes with JY, please keep it away from me, right? Yeah, he's nothing, but I did give him something to be excited about yesterday. Little Mister, he's doing these non-confrontational lives, and then he goes over and as soon as something gets messy, there he is. Brooke being in Jamie's chat when she's supposed to be Jen's friend. How about that one, guys? How does that work? How does that work? Brooke being in Jamie's chat when she's supposed to be Jen's friend, just to hate on Jules. And it's so funny how many people are cozy with her. I don't even want to talk about it, but well, KK said she's like, so what? The Jules wrote on what was Sharpies on people's faces. Never wrote with Sharpies on people's faces, and I don't like the callous way that you just said it. It was literally fucking makeup. We know what the Sharpies were used for, and she did it twice, two different streams after I corrected her. And I take skull notes. I do. But it is what it is. I mean, yeah, people can make those comments and whatever. Now, do they do they hurt my soul and make me cry? No. But I see what they're doing. And I do feel that this has just become nothing more than let's gas up Jen so we can go live and suck money out of people. When people work hard for their money, I know I do. I don't think it's responsible to trigger people about SA and then want them to give you money. Like the 700 Club. Isn't that where they do that? The 700 Club? Jules, I heard you're in some footy. What does that mean? I'm still good with your woman. What did I do? I decided that I didn't want to ride the Jen is a predator train. I don't want to drive. I don't want to ride on that train anymore. I do. I feel it's money and manipulation, and it's too much. And you know what? And some of these people I care about. And like I said, I don't want the money. So don't get it twisted. And it cracks me up though how people act like, oh, Jules wants it. Jules is mad. She's not getting money. No, I've never been that person. If I was that person, wouldn't I have been setting my goal? Wouldn't I have been doing something? Would I have made such a big deal out of Maria's birthday?
No.
Yeah, but she is inappropriate. I'm not going to label the predator shit. I'm not. If you guys feel that Jen is truly a predator and she's breaking the law, call the cops. Stop making content out of it. How about that? How about that? You're undermining every child victim by downplaying this. Where are the child victims of Jen? Go to the cops. Go to the cops, have the cops try this case. And if the cops take it, then maybe I will call her that. But until then, I'm not. It is what it is. I never called her that. Oh, prime is prime. Prime be priming. If he gets too much, I'll time him out. But I dig Pratt. You kick your cat. Shut up. When did I kick my cat? Oh, because the song from the Sex Pistols? Yeah, and that's why that's why I was shaking my head no. As soon as they play that part of the song, I would shake no. I would never kick a cat. I would kick you, but I would never kick a cat or a dog or any other animal. But Prime, I would definitely kick you. She's not downplaying it. This is YouTube. We keep it YouTube. Oh, okay. I was going to say, I don't kick my cat. But that is the one part about the Sex Pistols' My Way song that I can't stand, is the cat part of it. That's why I'm always shaking my head to it. I'll come to his house. He's lying on me. Thank you. I'll be kicking Brian. Yeah, it's too much. Do I believe that Jen acted like she was the cool mom? And when I say the cool mom, I mean like the Mean Girls. You know how she's like, I'm the cool mom. I picture Jen being like that. I picture her overstepping boundaries. And I do believe she was inappropriate. I don't believe that she's this wonderful coach like she says and stuff, but I really don't want to put something like that on somebody. Just like, look at, we've got Tonic now saying that I support child sex trafficking. I don't support sex trafficking, period, let alone child sex trafficking. That's crazy shit. Because if that's the case, look at what Jen twists into a narrative like, oh, AC went to try to bail out a blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Everybody could go reach like that. And I can't stand that shit. I can't stand the fucking reach. In the GAL report, she was described as unstable. Who was reading the GAL report? Who had a hold of the GAL report? The one that I had, remember, she said that was her friend. And the only reason I read that is because Jen, remember, Jen was pulling texts and all that other shit. Every action has a reaction. That's for sure. I can't believe this. Y'all are just turning your head like you weren't on the same side. No. But I believe that some people are going too far with this, and I don't support how far they're going. I'm not sure why that's a problem. And I do believe that this is being used for financial gain. And I don't think that's fair to do subscribers. Pay me all your money. It'll piss off Jen. You guys, that might be funny in like one stream, but to do it every single day.
That's literally what you
So many reports, but it did say she was unstable and unfit. Yeah, see, but nobody should have that shit. I don't know how you have it, but nobody should have that. Just like if the police redact something, that means it's redacted for a reason. Did you not read the post? What post? The one from Jake? I absolutely did. And he said that she walked around like that. Never said that she touched him. The one she made. What are you talking about? It's gone too far when we condone violence. It's gone too far and things should be handled through the legal system. Yeah, it's ridiculous at this point. Calling her a predator. You guys have been calling her a predator.
Simple Sherry says, it's going too far when we condone violence. It's going too far. Things should be handled through the legal system. Sherry, shut the hell up. Because when people try to go through the legal system, your little fat friend who thinks she's a bee, they like to play games. So shut up, Sherry.
How long? If you really and truly feel that she is that dangerous, call the cops. Because just trying to get people to spend all of their money on you, their hard-earned money on you, that's not doing a damn thing. Giving other creators a bunch of money is not doing a thing for children. How about that one? Tell me that. Because they've been directing attention, awareness toward it for how long now? It costs $1,400. What? You can't spend that much money and get a report. And yeah, I didn't read the post because you guys, I'm trying not to read much of anything anymore because it's making me all sick. Remember how it sounded when was reading the court transcript and stuff of my ex? That's kind of how I feel. And I'm ashamed at myself that I did it too. I should have stuck to only reading the ones that were about me. Black Bear. Oh my goodness, it's your birthday. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Hold on.
Hey, Penny.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find. Yes. I have no clue what this is going to sound like. No clue whatsoever. But I don't know your real name and I don't need to. Let's see what this is.
Hey there, this song right here is only for you.
Well, while that is loading, I'm going to. Let's see if I have it. Okay, here we go. This is none. Okay, this comes from Jenny Craft, and it's about Maria, aka. It says Maria fell in love with a young Syrian boy. He was in his 20s. She was in her early 50s at the time. She became obsessed with the young kid. She started lying and saying that Carlos was Syrian before this. She always maintained that he was something. I don't know what that was. It was from Cuba. She went on to something and some young poor man from northern Pakistan. She would send money, and in return, she would manipulate them into contacting her rivals and harass them. At the time, she was obsessed with my husband and his family, so I can only imagine that her rationale was going after young Pakistani men because her hatred for me, because my husband is and his family are from what? My husband and his family clearly and obviously were not going to hurt or turn on me. I don't know who wrote that, but that's what I was sent, and that is from Jenny Crafts posted it. So, Momo, if you out there and if that's true, let us know because I was told, and these are from your words, he wasn't even 20. Right? Debbie Cox Dreamer Abbott. I think Jenny must have screenshot that and reposted it. I'm thinking. Let me look at that again.
Happy birthday, Bear.
Oh my gosh, how cool is that? The band is Kimo or Rose, whatever. And Prime, I am sorry that you feel that way. I am going to surround myself with people that are not trying to call people a predator. I'm just not. I'm done. Because you guys, what you're going to do is you're going to try to make her crazy to where she is going to go crazy. And the more crazy that y'all make her, the more she's going to lash out at everybody. Allegedly, and in my opinion. But I don't know how much, Jen, how much more can I say that I don't want to look at? Even Prime has turned on me. Kiara Bello. Oh, what will I do?
Well, what I say is, I don't know. I don't know, but what I will say is Jules liked it.
Man is denouncing me right before my very eyes. And I get it if people want to denounce me, whatever. If you feel that this is just too much, I get it. But it was too much for me too. And I don't need to get into detail of how it was too much. She's already mentally ill. What are you talking about? Mentally ill is, see, Prime, you got to go away. I'm not denouncing you. I'm just upset by this. Hey, Shaky, how are you? Well, you can be upset, but I'm not going to be a part of it. I know she is. And by people accusing her of a crime that you guys, you can have opinion. You can say she's inappropriate all day long, but all this other, hey, Steven, I don't know. It's just too much. Just like people calling me a child sex trafficker or a sex trafficker.
No, this one is the Facebook post. Let me see one. There's a couple of them for her. And mind you, this was on Facebook way before. On one hand, I do feel bad for Maria, aka Debbie Cox Abbott, Dreama Abbott, because she's been abused for 30 years by your husband, and I'm not quite sure if he neglects her on all the levels of their marriage, so it kind of forces her, blah, blah, blah. Y'all can read that. I know she talks a lot about young men, see? And if you look down, yeah, I'm not buying the Syrian thing. If you look down on her community tab, she's actually calling Jen a Giddler. So there's that one. Let me see what the other one says. Here's another one. Um, Okay, I'm signing this because Maria takes multiple personality / Facebook pages. She's a cyberbully, manipulative, and lures foreign men into allowing her access to their page. She admins multiple groups and is very vulgar. She does not need to be on Facebook, as she needs to really seek medical attention and evaluation. She stays up 24 hours a day finding ways to snake into other accounts. She is a threat to the Facebook community. This is the same shit that we've been saying. And this, mind you, these posts are from like 2016. Let me see the other one. Let me see if I have it here. Let me see. Let's continue playing this. There's not much more of this.
Period. Because you guys have seen a couple reports, you think that you know everything. There's a difference between reading a couple reports and actually being in it. Just like I said with Brooke, her whole thing, you look at that on paper, doesn't look so good, but she tells a different story, right? And fun fact, guys, I believe that. Now, sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. When there's multiple reports, fun fact, none of that on me. That's why y'all go after my ex, because I don't have anything. That is why you've always chose that route, because there's nothing. I'm a broke bitch, and I was arrested once on possession of marijuana. Now it's funny because that's the same charge that Jen has, but then Jen has way more than that. So I don't know. Yep. I hate that I came in hot, but I was.
You were looking up her charges and all that, and you literally tell on yourself, and that's the part, George, you don't get. You tell on yourself.
And it was a trigger. And I'm getting better at my triggers, but it is what it is. Now, mind you, like I said, it's not up to everybody else to dance around my triggers. It's not. But sometimes you wouldn't think that your own people and your own team would be trying to trigger you. I don't know. I'm really happy we were able to say happy birthday to you. And Lainey, wait a minute. Lainey's birthday, Lainey Lynn's birthday is tomorrow. I wonder if she hates me. I found the NZ Women's Rugby. No, I fun fact, way back when my ex used to joke and said I was like Sweet Valley High because I had no clue. I was appalled and disgusted That's why it's really funny for all of y'all to sit there and put words in my mouth and act like you know. And I really don't think that when I don't think that people when they say that they're sticking up for you when they the way that they do it isn't saying, oh, she never did anything like that. I don't know. It's just it leaves a lot of question. I don't know. But yeah, according to Jen today, though, she is still balls to the wall with coming at me. And I believe that that's because of George and Anne. I think George and Anne have it out for me because Anne is obviously she's not happy in her own life, right?
But George, you said some nasty, disgusting things about Anne. So you can't sit here and pretend like people are just like picking on you. No one's picking on you. Is she really? Like doing herself no favors.
Because, okay, that's another one, guys. Anne, how much has Anne gone in at me and what have I done to Anne? I've called her turkey teeth, made a couple little cartoons. How much have I gone at Anne? Have I given Anne even a minuscule of the heat that I should? Jules, Jen ain't doing shit. You know that. Well, George is trying to push her. And I guarantee you that George would like nothing better because his failed. He would love to try to have it work somewhere else, but it won't. They've lied so much about you and MRE as well. I'm just over it. I am so over everybody acting like it's just ridiculous. Now,
Okay, y'all, there's only like a few more minutes left of this. I'm actually going to head over to, I want to watch Shiz myself. So I'm going to end this live and we will watch and listen to Shiz. Other people are, if I snipe her, I don't want to get struck. I don't want to take that chance with Shiz. I don't want to take that chance. So, damn, y'all. Okay. Y'all gonna get me beat up. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Shiz. They made me do it. Just a few minutes.
I advocate the same for Jen. I think everyone benefits from therapy. I did my time.
So did I. Different reasons.
Different reasons, but we survived a similar war. So that's
You
good.
guys, she has 76 people in her chat. I don't want to do that to her. Let's just go over to Shiz's and I will see y'all there. Actually, so I will see you guys in Shiz's. So, and if Jules goes live, I will record it and we will be back. I have absolutely nothing to do today. So I will see y'all later. Thank you, Penny, for dropping that link. Sub up to Shiz and